I would say, like, if I go back to my time in IIT, I would say, we should teach people more business and entrepreneurship and all that. But the reality is, I went to IIT recently. We don't need to teach that anymore. Like, they were like, just in IIT Delhi, there were like 100 startups in the hostels that people are working on already.
Oh my
so
God.
I don't think I need to give any advice. I almost feel the advice I had to give to some of them was the inverse, which is very strange. Like, if I have to go back in my IIT days, I would say, like, we need to give people more learning on business and entrepreneurship and all. Now I almost have to give the inverse, like, don't jump into it so fast also. Like, sometimes you have to learn the problems in the industry. Because you won't, until you experience the problems, how would you know what to solve? So everyone, like, yes, you're a student and the problems you've experienced are ordering food, dating, and so yes, you can solve things around that. But you have not experienced other problems. So what the problems you could think of, the universe of problems that you're excited about solving would be very narrow. So it's also not, it's not necessary that all the startups have to start in the university. Go and work in the industry, see real problems, and maybe 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, when you kind of experience some problem that you get passionate about, and maybe that's a good time to do it also. Yeah. So it's what I would have advised on my time would be very different than what I would advise, what I see in IIT today.
Yeah. But in YC, a lot of Stanford and Ivy League dropouts are getting $15 million checks. What do you think about the Silicon Valley culture of?
It's similar problems. Like, yes, a lot of people are getting exposed to, to problems early on. And that's great. Like, it's to me, it's like, you can only build a good startup if you are passionate about a problem. And it's hard to be passionate about a problem if you have not experienced it at some kind of a deep level. Yeah. And normally you experience it by working around, in that domain in some way. Like, let's say you saw a problem around manufacturing is messed up and, robots and robotic factories can do it better.
Yeah.
If you've never worked in a manufacturing industry ever,
how do you know?
Would you even understand the depth of the domain to solve the problem? Right? So so there are certain problems that could be solved without being working on those domains ever. As a student, you never worked in the industry and you never solved it. But that's only a small subset of all the problems you can solve. So I encourage people, like, there's no harm in going out in the industry. Like, you have your whole lifetime, it's not like, you have to start your startup, if while you're in your undergrad and, and there's a lot of learnings that you can do and then start as well.